Do you know who you are?
Dear Betty Kilby, my name is Phoebe Kilby, and I am white.
We are sons and daughters of former slaves and former slaveholders.
The harms didn't end with slavery. My family continued them. And I grew up in a racist household, and I've had racist thoughts, and I think I need to make amends for that. I really didn't know whether my family had enslaved people. My father never talked about it. My father's family was from Virginia. I knew they'd been there a long time, and I looked at the 1840 census. I thought that's the middle of the slave-owning period, and there he was with 2 slaves. So I Googled, and up came Betty Kilby Fisher, and she had a book. So I ordered the book, and in the book, she told her life story. She described her father and where he lived, and it was in the same county where my father grew up.
When I first met Phoebe, I had just written my book, Wit, Will, and Walls.
She was living in Texas at the time. She said, I'm coming to Virginia. Why don't we have dinner together?
I forgot to tell my family that Phoebe was coming to dinner. And when I did, my brothers kind of forced me to think about what I had done. You have invited the people who once owned our family to dinner? That's just downright ludicrous.
I was just really touched that she was at a place in her life where she was open to connecting with me in some way.
She came to the table and said, my family once owned 4 slaves. And I believe that that was your great-great-great-grandmother and her children. And I want to get to know you. You just don't see that every day. That was the first time that a white person had literally said to me that I want to get to know you.
This is some of the Kilby's original lands down here in this part of Culpeper and over into Madison County. Did it look like this back in their time? It could have. The land was partly cleared and the land was also timbered.
So we're in Culpeper, Virginia at Fairview Cemetery, and I have family members buried here, my grandmother, my grandfather, and we're also looking at buried family members of Betty Kilby Baldwin and James Kilby.
It's like when you come on a journey like this, you can't help but to fall back into that time period and see what you saw then and feel what you felt then.
A lot of times we do think about reparations. What does that mean? And I like to think about it as repairing the harms. What do you think?
I don't know, because the harms wasn't done to me. And I don't feel the harms from this individual. But I feel the harms from society. So I don't look to her to pay for society.
I almost have to disagree with you a little bit, Betty,
Okay.
because the harms didn't end with slavery. They've continued throughout U.S. history, and my family continued them. You have been harmed, perhaps not by slavery, but the things that have happened in your life, the way you were treated when you tried to go to school and tried to get a better job.
never said that I wasn't harmed. Because I feel every lash
Okay, good.
of being harmed.
Not good, but you know, I
But
understand the same way.
for who owes me for that? My grandchildren today, they profit from Phoebe's scholarship. What was possibly taken from us was the ability to get an education. But if it were not for her scholarship, I would not have those two children in college right today. And if that's what you call reparations, I like that thing called reparations. And I like that form of reparations.
Well, I certainly concede to Betty, because who should be in charge of what constitutes reparations but the people who were harmed? And that's, I need to take my cues from her.
But the bottom line